question is where do we start? So one of the things I like to look at, when a client first comes to me, whether it's for one-on-one or group coaching, is we look at what I like to call the entrepreneurial yellow brick road. All right. So we all remember the Wizard of Oz, right? The yellow brick road, right? And so the point about being an entrepreneur, owning your own business, is there are stages along that yellow brick road, right? And, it really, we talk about the different milestones that you hit along that yellow brick road to being an entrepreneur. So the first milestone, as funny as it sounds, is making your first dollar online. Now, for a lot of people, that sounds really silly and dumb. You're like, oh, come on, really? $1? What's $1? The dollar's not going to change your life. Well, actually, it will. It really does. I learned this from one of my very first mentors many, many years ago. And he taught me, he said, Noah, if you make your first dollar, if you make $1 online, that means you can make 2. And that means you can make 10. And that means you can make 100. And that means you can have that freedom lifestyle. That means you can own your own life. And so don't look down at that dollar. In other words, there's many people who come to me and they've never made $1 online, even though maybe they spent lots of time and money trying all these different things, but they've really never made their first dollar. So getting that first dollar is the beginning of everything. And that is the beginning of your journey on that yellow brick road. The next milestone is when you make your first $10,000. Now we're talking some life-changing money, right? So, if you're making an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month, let's say you have a job right now, you're working and whether you love your job or you hate your job, there's lots of people who love their job and lots of people who hate their jobs, right? But that's why a lot of people are looking for some extra income, right? They're looking for something they can do on the side. Maybe for, folks who are older, they're nearing retirement age, and they're saying, hey, you know what? I just want to have enough money so I'm comfortable, in my later years. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense, right? You don't want to be at the number one fear of people over 55 is they're going to outlive their money, and that's a big, big fear for millions of older people around the world. And so making that first $10,000, well, if you're bringing in an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month, or $5,000 or $10,000 a month, we're talking life-changing money. That is where you can pay off your mortgage, 5 or 10 years early. I was able to actually buy a new home here in Northeast Ohio in February of 2020, and I was able to pay off the mortgage 27 years early. So getting that off your back is huge, huge, huge. I literally saved over $1.1 million in interest alone by being able to do that. So people, that again, as I was saying, that's life-changing money. So that's the second milestone. Then we look at, when you want to look at, the next milestone would be making your first $100,000 online. Okay, now we're talking total life-changing, right? We're talking just, wow. Now you can go on vacation wherever you want in the world. You can take your whole family. You can go on cruises. You can go to Hawaii, wherever you want to go. I've been able to do all of these things, and my clients have too. And that's one of the things that I want people to realize is when you go to a lot of these gurus or you listen to them, they're only success stories themselves. When they're talking, all you hear about is, well, I've made all this money. And my argument to that is always, well, that's great for you. What about me? Have you helped anyone else? If you're only talking about yourself, then you don't really have a system. And so, talking about this milestone I was talking about, like to go on vacations or traveling. I love seeing pictures of my clients. They send me pictures of their vacation. They're going to the Grand Canyon, they're going to Hawaii, whatever it is. They say, hey, Noah, we wouldn't be here if not for what you taught us. And that is the greatest feeling in the world, right? To know that you really changed someone's life. And that is so awesome. And then the final, or the fourth milestone that we look at is when you made your first $1 million online. So I want people to realize that no matter where you are on that yellow brick road, that entrepreneurial yellow brick road, there are different things you have to put into place. But the most important thing is that you just start. You have to just begin, and because W. Clement Stone had a really great quote. He said, the greatest barrier to wealth is not a mindset issue. It's not resources. It's not where you were born. It's delay. Delay. So the way I like to say it is procrastination is the assassination of your destination.